Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nascar Heat 5 career mode. There are four races left here in the career mode before the playoffs, and we are at Michigan today qualifying 36, so not going to be a good start to this race. As you can see, we don't have a lot of solo speed around this big track, but that was expected anyway. Your pole sitter will be Brad Keselowski for this race, and well, we were supposed to start 36 today, but we actually had three people have issues to go to the back, and as you can see, Bobby Carter had an engine change, Kevin Harvick failed optical scanning multiple times, and Ryan Preece crashed during qualifying, so that will send us into the 33rd position to be starting this race today. So with the pre-race formalities over and done with, we are ready to go green here at Michigan for the Consumers Energy 400. The green flag waves, and we are underway at this big 2-mile track, and hopefully we can make up that lost ground pretty quickly. We're going to have to really dig hard here, use the draft, and already I'm trying to side draft Corey LaJoie going into 1 and 2. We try arc it down here, and we're going to actually get past Corey LaJoie pretty quickly, and we're going to look to slide up in front of Joey Gase here nicely off the corner. So there is two positions gathered already, and now looking to the inside of John Herman Nemechek and Justin Haley, trying to go 3 wide, but I just don't have enough to get to the inside here. I was actually running to the back of John Herman Nemechek twice there. He cut down in front of me, and I didn't expect that at all whatsoever. I thought he would hold his line in that little middle lane there. Down the front stretch, we complete lap number 1 here, and we're going to have Joey Gase come and give us a push here and try to send us past all these other slower cars. We teleport here quite a few laps because I got past a few drivers, but I was kind of just stuck in 27th here. Didn't really have enough momentum from anyone to get past until Christopher Bell comes to the back here, and he pushes us right on past David Reagan and Daniel Suarez, so that will send us into the 25th position. And finally, we will be able to make up some ground. Another huge shove from Christopher Bell here, and we're going to have that all down the front stretch, so this is the kind of help we're going to need here to make up positions and get the best result we can today. So now we are on the final lap of stage number 1, and we're going to go into 1 and 2 here. So we are trying our best to make up all this ground. It's going to be hard to do, but I think we can do it. If we keep getting help like this, you can hear Christopher just smacking us in the rear, trying to give us a huge push. And it's actually working. I don't know why the drivers want to help me so much, but some of my friendly drivers were helping me out today, which is very ideal, and it's going to help us get the best result we can. So coming across the line to finish stage number 1 here, Joey Logano will pick up 10 points and a playoff point for himself. He is still winless this season, Joey Logano, so he's looking to change that today here at Michigan. I thought, you know what, let's add some tape to the car, loosen up a little bit. Let's try and make this thing as fast as possible. So we actually gain a position on pit road, and Kevin Harvick loses 9 positions. So he is right next to us here as we go back green flag racing here at Michigan. Hopefully we can have the same sort of thing happen here. If Christopher Bell can lock up to our back bumper once again, we can gain up even more track position now that everyone is back and bunched together and not spread out from each other. So we get a nice little run into turn 1 there. Actually clear Matt Benedetto and take the inside line, but then I just got really loose. I didn't expect the car to turn that well, and then I was going to hit the apron, so I had to kind of jump out of that. Then I couldn't get to the inside of Benedetto without getting inside bubble walls. No, I do get there. We finally get past, and we almost get a shot from David Reagan here as we send it down into 3 and 4 here of this first lap in stage number 2. And we are going to try and pass Matt Benedetto. Going to try and side draft him here, get some draft off of Tyler Reddick, and see if we can clear that spot. So once again, Matt Benedetto not having a great run, and that is not going to help him get re-signed to the Wood Brothers. Once again, I'm going to reiterate, he is not confirmed at the Wood Brothers next season, as Tyler Reddick was trying to help push me there. He pushes me a little bit too hard coming up off the corner, and he sent me into the wall, and he got himself in the right front as well. I guess he felt apologetic for doing that because he stuck to my back end still after having that mistake there. I wasn't too pleased with it, but as you will see here, Tyler Reddick does end up making up for what he did to me, as here he comes to give us another nice push, and This kind of thing continued for a few laps. We got all the way up to 22nd here, and he almost hooks us there, trying to help us. I don't know what it is sometimes with the draft partners, and then he smacks me out the way there, almost hooks me again and again. We got 3 wide. We hit Ryan Newman as well as we come to the end of stage 2. An absolute mess there. Tyler Reddick just trying to help us out and was being more detrimental, as Austin Dillon, actually the surprise stage winner here. So he will gain himself an extra playoff point, and he will need it because he's only got 1 win this season. So every single point will help Austin Dillon. But yeah, a very good run for that number 3 car, which is pretty cool to see. So we go back Green Flag Racing. We are now in the 22nd position, and as you can see in front of us, we have our rival Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So will we have any issues with him today? We'll have to find out. As we restart, Ryan Newman's 2 out inside. Bubba Wallace already going into the gap that I saw behind Ryan Newman. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get to the inside line very quickly. As I saw a little gap, I tried to get in front of Tyler Reddick. I just couldn't do it. Then Ryan Newman checked up. It kind of stalled out Tyler Reddick there, and now here I am on the outside. I get loose off the corner, almost make contact there on the straightaway, but it's just not going to be enough speed for me to carry to get to the inside line here. Luckily, Tyler Reddick backed out of the 3 wide and actually get a nice little run on this high lane. It's going to keep me competitive. I actually door slammed Ryan Newman there, which was my fault completely. But we end up in 25th position here as we come across the line. We got 8 laps to go here at Michigan, as I gave Tyler Reddick a little nudge in the left where I almost spun him. So a little bit of payback, I suppose, for his little mistakes before. But finally, we are going to clear Tyler Reddick. He almost hooks us again, but that was more my fault sliding up on him. But now here he comes to the back bumper, and he's going to push me all the way past Ryan Newman and Bubba Wallace here, going into 3 and 4. So the huge help from Tyler Reddick, the absolute legend himself, being a huge help. I mean, without Tyler Reddick, this race, and Christopher Bell, we were just absolutely doomed. But they gave us all the help we needed to get that extra speed and make up that track position. So obviously you're probably thinking, well, you're going to need a win in the next 3 races. And I understand that, but the next 3 races we have are Watkins Glen, Dover, and Daytona, so they're all pretty good tracks in line. And you know what, if we get these consistent top 20 runs in a car like this, then perhaps we might see ourselves getting in a position where we can gain some momentum for the next couple races. So hopefully we can do that. Unfortunately, we've had such a bad string of races, it's going to be hard for us to really gain momentum, as now Eric Jones is going to give us a huge push after Tyler Reddick got past us. And we now go to the outside of Reddick here, trying to get past him. Not going to work. Obviously, the outside line is terrible here. And I got a little bit scared that Reddick was going to get away from me here, but Eric Jones now deciding to be an absolute legend and help me out instead. Also, Eric Jones, can he make the playoffs this season? It's looking like he's going to need a win as well in the next 3 races, definitely, and he is not showing the speed to win today, obviously. We have 5 laps to go in Michigan now as we cross the line, and if you look in the bottom left here, you see that number 3 car of Austin Dillon still in the lead, so it seems like he now has the fastest car and is the favorite to win here. We saw Joe Logano take home the win in stage 1, but Austin Dillon won stage number 2, and he's been out front ever since. So he's got that extra playoff point, an extra 10 points to his name as well. So very good run for that 3 car, which is always good to see. As we get into the corner here, we've got a nice little push from Buescher, and we actually caught Michael McDowell and Tyler Reddick back up. I got to be careful around Michael McDowell because he's not very happy with me after we had multiple incidents at I can't remember which track it was. I'm pretty sure it was Chicagoland or something like that. We go into the corner now. Chris Buescher is trying to help us out, and he's going to give us a nice little shove here coming out of the corner. We get a little bit tight, but it's actually a perfect amount of push we need. And now Chris Buescher is going to look to send us past both Reddick and McDowell. It's a lot of speed we get, and we have problems in front here. Alex Bowman is slow. I actually get on the apron and get loose, trying to avoid it, but yeah, everyone started checking up, and luckily I saw Alex Bowman and got down out of the way of him. So something happened to poor Alex there, which is unfortunate for him, but sometimes it happens like that, you know. It'd be like that. We continue racing here, though. We got only 3 laps to go now as Chris Busch is going to send it to the inside. I tried to block him, but I was a little bit too late, and I didn't want to get myself turned around, so I let him go by. I didn't want to, destroy such a good run, and I saw Tyler Reddick was behind me again. I blocked him with a dowel, and I was looking to get the shared draw from Reddick, and it just wasn't happening here on the backstretch, but we stopped McDowell from getting past, and now Reddick wants to push me. He hits me hard going into turn 3 and 4, but we keep it gathered up here, as now he's going to look to help us get past Chris Buescher as we get the call for 2 laps to go in the race at Michigan, and Austin Dillon is still out in front. So Austin Dillon, can he bring it home, get himself a second win of the season? Remember, Austin Dillon already won this season at Talladega. He beat us out. We actually finished second, I believe, in that race, or maybe third. I can't remember too well, which is pretty bad, but it'd be like that sometime. We go into the corner here, 3 and 4 to the inside of Chris Buescher, and we're going to get past him with ease because for some reason he's running the high line at Michigan, and that doesn't really work in this game. We get a nice little run here, though, and we're going to look to stay in front of the 17 car, but the push from the 8 car of Reddick was not enough to get us fully clear, but surely into this corner we're going to get ourselves clear. Get a nice little run, keep it down on the inside. We're clear of Buescher this time, and Reddick's going to give us another huge hit. As I wanted to slide up in front of Buescher, I do, and Reddick is actually going to get in front of him as well. So that'll be the end of Chris Buescher's run at trying to get past us. Another bump from Reddick going into 3 and 4, and it looks like we're going to be finishing 18th this race. So quite a good run for us as Austin Dillon picks up the win, his second win of the season. So good on him, as Tyler Reddick's going to push us across the line, which is quite funny because that's pretty much all he did all race, was just push us, so we take that. So yeah, as you can see, Austin Dillon's the winner, Joe Logano second, Jimmy Jones third, Kyle Busch fourth, and Kevin Harvick ended up 5th after starting in the back. As you can see, Eric Almirola and Matt Kenseth 9th and 10th, so they're still neck and neck for that final playoff position. And as you can see, we finished 18th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., our rival, finished in front of us. As we go down the order here, you can see Christopher Bell ended up 25th, so not a very good run for him. And as you can see, the only DNF of the race is Alex Bowman. And as we load out of Michigan here, you can see we finished 18th. That's the money we gained and the fans we gained. But we are going to go now and check out the updated point standings. And, well, it's going to get quite interesting here. As we see, we are up to race number 24. 3 more races left before the playoffs start. We got Watkins Glen, Dover, and Daytona. It's going to get wild here in the next few races, and I'm all for it. But yeah, here's the updated point standing. So as you can see, Austin Dillon has joined the 2 Winners Club. And we scroll down to see Alex Bowman and Eric Almirola in the playoffs. And as you can see, that gap between Bowman and Almirola is actually getting smaller. So that DNF for Bowman is not good for him at all, and it might drop him into the bubble shakeup here. As you can see, Kenseth is only 8 points behind Almirola for that last spot in the playoffs, and other than those 2, I think everyone else is in a must-win scenario. But with Daytona coming up, Watkins Glen is also a bit of a wild card. Anything can happen. As you can see, Timmy Hill is still last in points. It's becoming kind of a 3-horse race there for last place between him and Joey Gase. But thank you all for watching today's race here at Michigan. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video at Watkins Glen.